Yeah, no, I'm so glad you called in, and you're on Oahu once again, right?
Yes, I'm in the lovely city of Honolulu today.
You work so hard. I was just talking with Rudy here from, he's doing this amazing run, and I was telling him about you. You've had such an amazing background and work for awesome people, including
Well,
Haleakala
I've been
Ranch.
very blessed, Cindy. That's all I can say. Very fortunate in my life, for sure.
Well, you worked for the MAC, didn't you?
I did. I was the first director of marketing for the Maui Arts and Cultural Center. I did a similar job at the Aotea Center in Auckland, New Zealand. And then I was vice president for external affairs at the Broward Center for the Performing Arts in Fort Lauderdale before I came home in 2005. So I've had a very amazing career, I must say.
And then you went and worked for Haleakala Ranch and the Native Hawaiian Chamber of Commerce.
That's right. I was Maui Native Hawaiian Chamber of Commerce president for 3 years. My term just ended June 30th, but I also I had my own PR firm for a while, and Haleakala Ranch was one of my clients.
And you do a great job. And now you've taken on a different hat, one more hat. My gosh, how many hats have you owned then? That's
I know, right?
7 hats. But this new hat is wonderful. It's with Maui Grown Therapy. And
yes, I was hired in 2015 as handling community relations for Maui Grown Therapy, and then we got our license in 2016. And that became like a new career for me. So it's been very exciting.
Well, absolutely. And gosh, I think you're coming up on an anniversary here, aren't you?
We are. This Thursday makes 2 years since we've been in business. So that's very exciting for us.
Oh, wow.
It seems, in many ways, it seems like it's been a lot longer than 2 years. And in some ways, it seems like it's been a lot shorter than 2 years. So
wow. Well, you'll have to come by the station and record a show with me for Thursday morning. We'll have to come by. Okay?
I will. I'd be happy to.
Yeah, no, I mean 2 wonderful years, and it took a lot to even get to that initial opening. It took you 2 years to even get ready, almost 2 years to even open the doors, didn't it?
Well, it did, because when I was asked to join the team, it was speculative in the sense that we needed to win a license, because it was a very competitive process to get licenses. There were 66 applicants for 8 licenses in the state of Hawaii for medical cannabis dispensary license. And we worked very hard in our application. And not only did we get a license, but Maui Grown Therapies had the highest score in the state. We had 510 out of 520 possible points. Nobody even came close to us. So that was a big point of pride for us, Maui no Kauai,
Well, good on you.
Yes, and then, it took quite a while to get our production center up and to get our dispensary up and open. But we were the first entity to ever transact a legal sale of cannabis in the state of Hawaii, and that happened on August 8th, 2017. So
I don't
2
know.
years ago.
Should I ask you how you celebrate 2 years at Maui Grown Therapy? No, maybe not.
Well, we're having a big promotion for our patients at the dispensary on Thursday. We have a lot of surprises. We're going to do a spin the wheel game, and we're going to offer some really great, specials and things like that. And as part of our company, we always serve food at our events, so we'll have that too. But we also have a few other surprises in store for our patients on Thursday. And then for our employees, we're also having our second anniversary party next weekend. So that's what we're doing.
What time is that on Thursday? This is for people who already have their cards and everything?
Yes, if you have a 329 card, Maui Grown Therapies will have our anniversary promotion sale and party beginning at 10 a.m., and I believe we're going to open a little bit later that day, so we'll probably go through 6 o'clock on Thursday.
Fun. Well, and there's another one coming up with Michael Bacchus. And Michael is just an amazing man. Everyone fell in love with him. You brought him in. He's actually on your board of directors, and he's also the author of the best-selling book on cannabis as well.
That's right. I think one of the reasons why Maui Grown Therapy scored so high on our application is our Science and Medical Advisory Board, led by Dr. Andrew Weil, who's our Chief Science Officer. But Michael Bacchus is on our advisory board, and he is the author of the book Cannabis Pharmacy. He's very well known nationally and internationally as a cannabis researcher. But the thing about Michael that makes him so special is he understands the science, but he's very talented in explaining very complex scientific concepts to folks like me and you, Cindy, who maybe, didn't go to college for science, but still want to understand some of the science principles behind cannabis therapy. And Michael is so incredibly talented at teaching that.
He's a great communicator. And he's fun. He's fun on
And
top.
he's fun. He's got a great sense of humor and lots of neat stories. And, yeah, he's a great guy.
Now you're doing something radically different this time. You're going to do an event in Lahaina.
We are, and that's actually in response to a lot of requests that we received from the West Side. We've been doing the Lunch and Learn series at Maui College now for about a year, once a month for the past year or so. And we do receive emails from some of our patients or potential patients saying, hey, when are you going to do this on the West Side? So we said, okay, it's time. So we called our good friend Dean Wong over at Imua Family Services and asked if he had a venue for us, and he did. So they'll be welcoming us on August 24th. We're going to do a lunch and learn in Lahaina. It will start at 12:30 and run through 2:30. Like the lunch and learn session that we do at Maui College, we'll be offering a buffet deli lunch with the presentation, but it will be held at the Imua Family Services classroom. I believe the address is 830 Waine'e Avenue in Lahaina.
I think it's 930 Waine'e.
930, thank you, Cindy.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's all right. You're over in Oahu, and I'm here with paper in front of my face.
Yeah, there you go. So 930 Waine'e Street, Saturday, August 24th. Anybody who's interested in attending can register at lahainalunchandlearn.eventbrite.com. lahainalunchandlearn.eventbrite.com. And if you're driving, you just can't remember all that, you can go to eventbrite.com and put in medical cannabis, Maui or something. You'll find it. Put in Michael Bacchus.
Put in Michael Bacchus, Lahaina.
Cannabis. Eventually it'll come up.
You'll find it. Now, this is the first time ever you've done an event in Lahaina. And
right.
So it's really good to think. I mean, I think Rudy knows here too. There's a distance between the two, and some people really think twice about going to the other side of the island, And so, it's really nice to be able to have something on that side. Very considerate to have some, because a lot of your clients, Teri, are elderly people. Some of them have a lot of medical issues. You found out that the people who come in, a lot of them have some serious medical concerns.
That's true. The vast majority of patients enrolled in the medical cannabis program here in the state of Hawaii are over the age of 55. And many of our patients are coming to us to help with pain control, issues related to some of the qualifying conditions. We have a number of folks that, for example, that have cancer who come to the dispensary to help manage loss of appetite from chemotherapy or nausea for chemotherapy, some of the pain that comes along sometimes with cancer, but also the anxiety and insomnia that accompanies a number of the conditions that folks get. And we've been able to help them without the use of prescription medication by using cannabis or cannabis products. So we do have approximately 20% of our patients do live in West Maui.
Wow.
And they said, hey, how about doing one of these for us? So we are doing it for them.
So Imua Family Services is, and I don't know where 930 Waine'e Street is, so you guys would do a Google map on that one. In Lahaina.
Correct, but it's very close to the Kaiser Clinic in Lahaina. So anybody who is a Kaiser patient will know that area. Just look it up online. There's also a Google map when you register on Eventbrite.
Oh, smart.
For our location. So, yeah, we're really looking forward to it. excited about it. Senator Roz Baker, who is one of the architects of the medical cannabis dispensary program in the state of Hawaii, she does represent West Maui, and it's very important, for folks who live out there to be able to participate and have access to products.
Well, there's been a lot of talk, and you've been going back and forth to the legislature over there, I know, quite a bit. There's been a lot of talk about what's going to be the future and what's going to happen, because obviously it's just medical marijuana right now here, and you have to apply for it. What is the status, and is there going to be changes with this, or what's the latest buzz about what's going on over there?
Well, most folks that we speak to think that, social use of cannabis will be in Hawaii's future. When that'll happen, I don't know. But our concern is that when and if that does happen, that the medical program is not harmed by that. We do have on the island of Maui close to 6,000 patients who are using cannabis medically now, and we just want to make sure that they continue to have access to the, more medically oriented type of products that are needed for cannabis therapy.
And what's going on with, I know there was a big push and questions about edibles.
Right. So currently the state of Hawaii Department of Health does not allow the sale of edibles in any state licensed dispensary. And I think the concerns are obviously that children don't accidentally get their hands on those products, but also for adults that they don't accidentally overdose. It's very easy to overdose on edible cannabis products because there's quite a long onset period. So depending on the individual, before you feel the effects, it could be, an hour to 2 hours, but for some folks it can be up to 5 hours. And if they're reasonably inexperienced with edibles, what happens is people think, oh, it's not working, I'll take another dose. And then unfortunately, they get an adverse reaction to too high of a dose of THC. So, to add edibles to the Hawaii program will require some education as well as some protections for children. But having said that, there are a number of patients who prefer to use edibles, particularly elderly patients who, may be dealing with issues with appetite or nausea and so forth and so on. And for those patients who simply want a smoke-free version of cannabis.
Well, there is something to that. There are a lot of people that don't want to smoke.
That's right.
Yeah, and I know you've dabbled a little. I think you'd had some butter created, or maybe one or two other things you just started. Some pills. You actually did have some pills available for people if they wanted.
Right. Even though edible products are not allowed by the State Department of Health, they do allow what we call ingestible products. So we do offer dose-regulated tinctures, and within that category, we do have a honey tincture. So it's similar to an edible in the sense that, it's infused in honey, it can be put under the tongue, and then the rest of it swallowed, and it does have some of the same long-acting effects that an edible does. In addition, we do have capsules that are dose-regulated capsules that a lot of our patients like to take for sleep and to provide a long period of time for pain relief, especially overnight with the dose-regulated capsules. And then, of course, we do have our oil-based tinctures that function similarly to edibles. So we do have ingestibles, we just do not have edible products in the state of Hawaii. So you won't see cookies or candy,
the fun
or
stuff,
colorful
right?
sodas,
Yummy.
bubblegum, honey, those kind of things.
I had never heard of bubble gum before. I mean, I won't even go there. My gosh, that's just. But people can come down and celebrate, and I have to say, it's a first-class, wonderful operation, and congratulations to you on 2 years and all the work involved. And people have no idea the work you do on this. And you can come down Thursday from, you said 10 o'clock till 6?
Yes, we'll be open 10 to 6 on Thursday, and I think, we have done a lot of work, and a lot of that work has been in conjunction with our Science and Medical Advisory Board. But in addition to that, we're constantly speaking with our patients. We have a a program where they give us feedback on the products that they're using. We understand how efficient they are, how effective they are, and we're constantly working to improve. So that is one of our company values, is continuous improvement. And we do that in conjunction with our Science and Medical Advisory Board, made up of physicians and researchers and scientists and folks like that. So, yeah, we've worked really hard, but we're very, very proud of the loyal patient following that we have. And we're very much keen on sharing the information about cannabis therapy for folks who think it may be beneficial for them.
Yes, and a lot of education involved. And if people are interested in finding a doctor or getting a card, what are the steps they take?
Well, they can go to the Maui Grown Therapies website. There is a list of Maui certifying professionals on there. You just phone one of them. You have to be certified by a medical doctor or an advanced practice registered nurse in the state of Hawaii for one of the many qualifying conditions or symptoms in the state. And it's fairly straightforward. It's very helpful if you bring your medical records with you so you can speak with your certifying medical professional on why you're considering cannabis therapy. But the qualifying conditions are, nothing surprising there. Things like cancer, pain, Lou Gehrig's disease, multiple sclerosis, things that involve, muscle spasms.
We're out of time, but thank you and congratulations on 2 wonderful years there doing your great work. And
thank you so much, Cindy.
Aloha.
Aloha. Bye-bye.
Bye.